Hey Freeze Nation, it's Jordan Page with FunCheaperFree.com. Today, we're gonna learn how to meal plan. We're gonna do it, get excited. If you know me or have been following me for 30 seconds or more, you know that I love talking about budgeting and frugal living, and a lot of that comes back to managing your grocery budget. I have tons of videos that show what your budget should be and how to manage that. Today, we're gonna show how to put that into effect by meal planning, which is one of the most important components of keeping a reasonable but tight grocery budget, so then you can have more money for all the fun things in life, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you the 4 simple steps to meal planning and how you are likely doing it backwards. Let's get on with it. I will show you these tips and you'll thank me later, I promise. Let's do it. A lot of people meal plan backwards. Oftentimes the first thing you'll do is you'll run to Pinterest or your favorite food magazine or Google and you'll find a recipe that just sounds good. Or some people will go shopping first and they'll just wander the aisles and grab things. While that is better than no meal planning at all, you are gonna be spending at least double on your groceries by doing this. The best way to meal plan and have good, effective, delicious homemade meals and save at least half on your groceries is to start right here in your fridge, your freezer, and your pantry before ever hitting online or the stores. So here's what you do first. Go to your fridge. Sometimes it looks like you've got absolutely nothing, a bunch of condiments and a bunch of random leftovers, right? But really when you dig in there and start taking an inventory of the things that you need to use up, meals kind of form themselves. So for example, I've got some salsa I need to use up. I've got some mayo and condiments. I've already got some sliced onions and tomatoes, some cheese, some veggies that are starting to go a little soft. I'll basically just make a list of all these things and magic happens. Don't forget to do the same with your freezer too. I bet you've got a ton of stuff buried in the back that you haven't thought about in months or maybe even years. Some of you. Don't discount that either. Here I've got a single fillet of salmon. Guess what? You can still make an entire meal out of this single fillet of salmon. Butter, naan, whatever you've got, write it down, use it up. Last but not least, do not forget the pantry. You need to be rotating these goods just as much as your fridge and freezer. So let's see in here, cornmeal, can definitely do something with that. I've got some meat and tuna I could use up. And of course, always pasta and carbs, always. I mean, it's like my main food group, let's be honest. All right, so now that you have looked at what you have and you've made an inventory, next, before you even get to the store, is to figure out what's on sale. Because chances are you're gonna need some ingredients to make a complete meal out of what you have on hand. But just remember, use what you have on hand first and supplement with things at the store, not the other way around. So the way to find the best deals at the store near you, there are 3 ways to do this. Number 1, you can use your phone. You can use apps on your phone. I like the app Flip, and I'll have information for all of these in the description below. You can use your computer. I like using the website dealstomeals.com that shows me what's on sale next to me. Or you can do it the old school way and just check out the ads that come in the mail. Here's my tip though. If you're going to look at the ads, just check out the front and the back, because stuff in the middle is just fluff to make it look thicker and prettier. So as long as you focus on the front and the back, that's where they're gonna put all their best deals. Circle, highlight, make a list of what you need or the one store that has the best deals on things that you feel like you could use to make a complete meal, and there's your store to go shopping at that week. So now that you found the best deals at the store near you, maybe made a list of things that you could definitely use and eat by itself or with some meals that you have in mind, the next step is to take all these ingredients, the ones that you have and need to use up, the ones that are on sale, and let's plan some meals with those. Shall we? All right, my favorite tool, this is not sponsored by the way, is a website called allrecipes.com. It's a really good recipe finder. It has a million different things on the website, and it's a little easier to navigate than something like Pinterest where you really don't know if the recipe's a fail or if it's gonna be good. What I like to do though is I like to go to All Recipes, and this is my big secret. Let me show you this. You search not by recipe, but by ingredient. So for me, looking at my list, let's say I really need to use up avocados because they're gonna go bad. Let's say I have that one random salmon fillet. So you can search and it will pull up recipes that include the ingredients that you need to use up. Not only that, but they're rated and they have really good descriptions of what works and what doesn't with the original recipe. I've got tortillas, I've got salmon, I've got avocado, onions, tomatoes, red pepper, and corn that I need to use up. So obviously that sounds kind of taco-y. So salmon tacos is going on the list. You just keep going until you have the meals you need for that week, and then everything that you need is either something you already have or something that's on sale. Booyah. Okay, we're locked and loaded. We have our meal ideas, we have the ingredients we need to use up, and we have our shopping list. Now it's time to go shopping. One of my rules that is so simple but will save you so much money is to choose one store and only go shopping one time per week, no matter what. If you run out of milk, if you decide you want more of something or other, wait till next week or do without, make it yourself. One store, one time per week will save you so much money. Another alternative, especially for those of us who are busy and going to the store is just a major chore, is to order your groceries online. So many stores are doing this now. Some of them will actually deliver them to you for maybe a small fee, but a lot of them you order them online, you pull up to the store, they load them right in your car, no extra cost involved. So that's it. That's really how meal planning works. It's super simple. Here are a few extra tips and tricks and tools to give you even more success. Number one is when you go shopping and something is a good deal or it's something that you know you'll use again and again, please don't only buy one, buy as many as you can afford, at least 2 or 3, and stock up and save them for later. Now, if it's something fresh like grapes that you really need to eat right away, then be reasonable. But if it's anything that can be stored in your freezer or pantry especially, I like to say 1 for now, 2 for later, because then you're slowly building up a stockpile of items that are a good deal rather than having to run out and pay full price next time you need that item. Pick yourself up a really inexpensive whiteboard. They have these at the Target dollar spot all the time. Amazon has some good options. And then what you can do is just use it as a little simple meal planning board. I recommend keeping your meals posted where you can see them so that every morning you can be thinking ahead to what the meal is that night and what you need to do to prepare for it. Another tip with planning your meals is account for leftovers and eating out, because life's too short to cook every day, let's be honest. So in this case, we're cooking on Monday, we're cooking on Tuesday. Heaven knows by Wednesday I'm not cooking again. Plenty of leftovers to eat. And if you don't eat leftovers, you need to figure out how to make them taste good. Eat your leftovers. And then same thing, account for a day where maybe you could cook or eat leftovers. And then for us, by the weekend, mama is done. We'll pull out a frozen pizza from the freezer for our family date night. Then I will get a babysitter and we'll go to dinner on Saturday night. I take the weekends off and then we start over on Sunday. As you're cooking, do yourself a favor, double it and freeze it. There are very few recipes in the world that cannot be frozen. Whether it's meatloaf, whether it's sides or potatoes or casseroles, go to the dollar store, pick yourself up a bunch of these really inexpensive metal freezer containers, double and triple wrap them, write what they are, write the date, write the instructions, stick it in your freezer, and then on a busy night, you can bake them fully frozen or thaw them out the night before for even quicker baking. It'll really keep you from having to order takeout so often. Last tip is get yourself a recipe notebook, and it certainly helps if it's cute. Get yourself a notebook, and anytime you make a recipe, whether it's from a cookbook, whether it's from Pinterest, or whether it's from a magazine that you rip out a recipe, whatever it is, if you tried it and you like it, stick it in your notebook. So now you kind of have your own all-star team of recipes that are your quick go-tos. And as you put them in the notebook, I recommend sorting them by protein and type. So I've got soups, I've got chicken, I've got beef, I've got desserts, breakfast. Separate them so that if you know you have chicken to use up or beef to use up, you can just flip right to it, use one of your favorites. It saves you time. Pinterest is amazing, but it's like, there you go. That is it. So simple, right? Hopefully those little tips will help you revamp the way you do it, even if ever so slightly, and you will see major improvements on your grocery budget as a result. So I wanna know, how do you meal plan? Do you use any of these tips? Which ones are you gonna try? Share what you do below and what you're excited about. And then of course, don't forget to subscribe. I have new videos every Thursday. Hey guys, I gotta get dinner started. I'm gonna let you go. Grapes really are a good deal right now. I just want everyone to know. Okay.